Hello everyone, and welcome back to my classic challenge. So yeah, we're back with it. We're no longer on the Agley farm. Unfortunately, the previous attempt I did at Classic Series, before I had my break, I don't have the save anymore. I had a problem with PC. If you've watched my Eurotruck video that I did the other day, you'll find all out about what actually happened. But basically, I had a problem. I lost most of my save data. So we have started a new save, and I thought we'd do it on No Man's Land. Now, bear with me here. I know a lot of people have been doing challenges on No Man's Land recently, and there is quite a lot of content on it, but it is a challenge map. I was going to use New Park Farm, because it was a nice, small, niche little map, perfect for vintage and classical machinery, but I had a lot of issues getting it to load. So basically, when I initially downloaded the map and set it up, I loaded in no problem, everything was fine. But once I set it up to be able to do the classic challenge, so putting the vintage machinery in and everything like that, and exited the game, I couldn't load back in. There must just be an issue with the map. Every time I tried to load back in, it just wouldn't load. So I decided we'll go with No Man's Land, and we'll build it up on here instead. So before I start this incredibly loud tractor, I'm just going to go over what the rules are again, just in case you guys haven't seen my previous classic series. Basically, we have set ourselves a challenge. We are to build a successful farm using only vintage and classical machinery. Now, when I say classical, that includes the 90s. So, because technically now, anything from the 90s is a classic. So we're allowed to use anything up to 1999. After that, it is not allowed. We're not allowed to use anything after 1999. It has to be before. Obviously, with certain little pieces of equipment, if I can't find a mod or something like that, then I may not have a choice but to use something as close as I can. But I will do my utmost best to keep it within the timeline threshold of between, well, vintage and 1999. Let's start the tractor. I'm hoping this isn't going to be too loud for my voice, because this is an incredibly loud tractor, so I do apologise if it drowns me out a little bit. Because it is quite noisy. I don't know how noisy it's going to be for you guys on your end, but for me, it's really loud. I'll just back off a little bit so it's not quite as loud. Right, so we've got the one field at the moment, and it's that one, and it desperately needs some cultivation. So we're going to head over to the shop, and we will get a cultivator. Now we've got £10,000 to start with. We've literally just got the one block 26, which is what you start with on No Man's Land, and there's one tractor. That is literally everything we've got. So we need to try and prepare and harvest our first crop with the money we've got. Now, I'm not going to be cutting trees down or anything like that, not at the moment anyway. I am looking for a mod for cutting trees down. Now, obviously, I know you can get chainsaws in, obviously, in the 90s, but I'm looking for something that's a little bit more vintage. So I'm going to see if I can find something. If not, then we'll just have to buy one of the regular in-game chainsaws for doing wood. But until then, I want to I'm going to avoid doing any work on trees and stuff like that until I've fully searched and seen if I can find anything, and take it from there. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so Classic Challenge is now back, and it will be Saturday and Sunday only. So they will be the two designated days for this series. We can like I said, use any vintage equipment. Any at all. I'm not going to restrict myself to just having one tractor or two tractors or three. If we can afford it and we haven't got anything to spend any other money on, or we just fancy a new tractor, something different, I'm going to buy it. You know, a lot of the vintage equipment is actually relatively cheap. So I'm not going to say that it's going to be really, really hard to buy the equipment. Now I have got it on hard mode, so it is going to obviously have a bit of an impact, and we're not going to get as much for a crop as we would say on normal or easy. But again, like I said, the actual equipment and tractors aren't incredibly expensive. So if we do fancy a new tractor, or we fancy something different to use, I am going to buy it. I'm not going to restrict myself. And if you guys have anything in particular you want to see on the series, please do let me know. I'll try and find the mod, and we'll get it installed, and we'll try and buy it. You know, I am not opposed to using anything. Now, we have got the little Fordson Major, sorry, that we had on the previous one. Didn't really get to use it all that much, but I did think it was a very, very nice tractor. I really do like it, so I thought this can be the starring role of this series again. So anyway, let's get Cultivator. So, where are we then? We've got Cultivators, and go right to the end. And I think 28, 9, yeah, they're not too powerful for this tractor. Can't see the difference between them two, so I think we'll just go for the cheaper one. We'll keep it grey. I'm not going to spend any more money on colours. That's just a waste of our very short amount of cash. Then tractor back on. Yeah, that's just a waste of our very short amount of cash. So I'm not going to go mucking about with that. Get it all hooked up. There we go. Okay. Zoom back out a bit again, just so it's not quite as loud. And we're on the road again. Yeah, so we need to, with our £10,000, which is now 6,900, we need to, obviously we've got the cultivator, we need to get a seeder, we need to get a combine and a trailer. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to try and locate some of these items that we need to do this challenge with. I've already found a few bits, so I'm hoping it'll all work out. Bear in mind, all these mods that we're going to be using and all the equipment we're going to be buying, I am not altering any of the prices. They are and will be as the price is set by the creator. So I'm not going to be altering it at all. The price will be whatever the creator set it as, and the price is what it is. I'm not mucking about it. It's supposed to be a challenge. It is not me trying to sort of like diddle the system kind of thing. But yeah, so I don't think we're going to get any fertilisation on the first crop, unfortunately. I think that is something that is probably going to have to come a little bit later. I don't think we'll quite be able to afford to get into the whole fertilisation equipment and all that kind of thing. But it will. It will happen and it will come. It's just going to be slow progress. In regards to stuff like animals and that, we will be having animals. Or I'm hoping to anyway. I'm planning to actually get some animals into the series. We just need to find some decent cow sheds, chicken coops and all that kind of thing that are sort of fitting in with the period and style. So I will be trying to locate something along them lines that we can use. That'll also be nice, but the aim of the game is literally just to make a farm that is profitable and successful. That is what we're aiming for, and that is what we want to achieve. Okay, right, we're at the field, and we'll get this one cultivated up. Now, I may extend this field out. Not too sure. We'll leave it for now. We'll get the first crop done first, but we may look at extending it out later. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And we're ploughing. Ploughing? Cultivating. Oh yeah, words mixed up here. I'm cultivating. Not too bad of a working width. It's a little bit on the small side, but the thing is, on this map as well, because we're going to be using a lot of small and vintage equipment, we'll be able to design the fields specifically to the size we need. You know, because it's like if you go on some of the other maps, you can find that you've got a couple of small fields, and that's all well and good, but a lot of the fields are designed for modern equipment. They are bigger fields, and if you were using something vintage like this, it could quite literally take you hours just to do one simple job. You know, so that's another reason why I decided to choose No Man's Land and go for so we could create our own and design it ourselves, basically. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I will crack on with cultivating this field, and see you in a few moments. And that's the cultivating done. And I hope you like the music there. I thought I'd try something a little bit different. Classical music to go with classical equipment. If you don't like it, please tell me. But I thought I'd try something a little bit different from my normal. I normally go with a bit more modern music. But yeah, no, very nice seedbed to use now for planting in. What we'll do is we'll quickly jump back on the tractor, start it back up, and we'll go put this cultivator away, and then it's back off to the shop to go get another seeder. Another seeder? A seeder. So, see what we've got. I have downloaded a couple, but I haven't looked at them properly yet, so see what we've got. And see what the power requirements are. Which one's best for us. Put this here, I think. That'll do. And we'll take this very long drive back up to the shop. I'm not going to bore you with blabbering on while we head up here. I'll see you in a moment. We're at the shop. Get into the yard and we'll have a looky at what we've got available to us. Okay. Right up and there. Right, so we need a seeder. Right to the end. Right, so I downloaded these two. So say what the width of that one is. Takes less horsepower. I think we'll try the wheel turn one first. If it doesn't work out great, we can always buy the hands-on one later. Like I said, I'm not going to change the colour or anything like that. I'm guessing it's about 2 meters, vaguely. But yeah, we'll go with that one. Buy that one. And we're going to need some seed. Now, I'm not sure where the seed that I've done. Ah, there you go. So we need a seed bag. So I'll just buy one for now. And we'll see how much it does. Because I think it's only 100 litres, this seeder, anyway. Just hoping that the seeder isn't too heavy for the tractor. Because this tractor doesn't have a front weight on it. So, oh, wrong way. I'm on the wrong side of it. Try that again. Yeah, it doesn't have a front weight on this tractor, so I'm hoping it's not too heavy. No, seems okay. A little bit light on the front bit, looks of it, but grab. There we go. And pour in. There we go. Let's have a look how full it is. Yep, perfect. So one bag fills the seeder perfectly. That is incredible. Now we're gonna have to get a trailer, and we'll probably end up buying a few seed bags, just keeping them down at the farm. Just keep them in the shed or something. And then we're not running back and forward, picking up the seed just to fill the seeder up. That'll be a bit of a chore, having to keep running back and forward picking up seeds. So don't really want to be doing that. Now I do apologise if there is a few time lapses in the video and stuff like that, but obviously I don't really want to bore you with having to keep driving back and forward. Once we're set up, it won't be so bad because we won't have to make this journey as frequently. The only time we'll have to really make this journey is if we're buying a new piece of equipment or if we're selling any crops. So obviously when we're initially getting set up, we want to need to do this back and forward work, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to go back into time-lapse again, but you won't speak to me now until after I finish seeding the field. So what I'm going to do, first crop, I think we're going to go with soybeans, try and get as much money in as we can for our first crop, so that then that can be put towards funding new equipment and potentially maybe some buildings or another piece of land in the future. So I will see you once the field is seeded. And I'm back, and it looks like we might just have enough seed to finish this field. Might just run out before we get to the end. Let's see. On 5, 4, 3, oh, we just did it. Just got that done. Now I know I have missed a little slither over there and over there, so I'll see if I can just fill them in with what seed we have left. Hopefully we can. I don't like having strips like that in my field. Hopefully we should just have enough left to correct everything. Maybe not, but Do the biggest bits first. There we go. I think that'll do. I'm quite happy with that. Just a few little bits like just there that aren't quite right, but we'll make sure we have some spare seed for the next time we drill that field, because we don't want to be missing bits like that. Just move in a little bit so I can see. And that can live there. Beautiful. So we've got a little bit of equipment now, nothing too major. Oh, got myself stuck then. Did alright that drill though. It's not a bad little drill. Not actually sure what brand it is, so if anybody does know, please tell me. I know it's very similar to the, what was it? I think it was an Amazon one that you got in early 19, and I think it was also available in 17. It was very similar. It was a green one, but I'm not sure what brand that is. So if anybody does know, please let me know. But that field's now all seeded and ready to go, and hopefully in episode's time, hopefully, we'll be able to crack on with harvesting it and getting some monies in. We've got 6,000 left, so hopefully that is enough to get the rest of the work done, get a trailer. The only thing that might be an issue is the combine. I'm going to look into that, because obviously we're not allowed to lease, so I'll look into it and I'll see what we can do. It may be a case of I have to cut a few trees to fund it, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. And again, the Fulton Major has been a star. Absolutely love this tractor. It's great. Yeah. Right, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is it for today, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.